The bomb is about to explode in Washington. A secret meeting could change the course of our secondary defense forever. This little-known prospect has Peters and his team completely obsessed. And when you find out who it is, you'll understand why he could be the steal of the draft. Is this the player we needed? Meanwhile, a national analyst just tore apart our most expensive acquisition. The words used were so harsh that many fans are already calling for heads to roll. $18 million a year and the performance we saw. Could this critic be right? Or is this the most unfair critique of the season? And to complete the trilogy of bombshells, a star national receiver could be on his way to D.C., a college champion who would instantly connect with Daniels and who knows some of our current players very well. The front office already has him in their sights, and he could fall right into our first pick. If you're a true Commanders fan, you need to watch this video until the end. The information I have could completely change your expectations for the upcoming season. This is the moment of truth for our franchise. Let's get straight to the point, friends. The Commanders are looking to bolster their secondary defense and have just scheduled an official visit with Quincy Riley, cornerback from Louisville. Is this the smart move we needed? I think so, and I'll explain why. Riley isn't getting all the media attention he deserves, but Adam Peters and his team know exactly what they're doing. This guy plays with a competitive fire that perfectly fits what Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. are looking for in a cornerback. He never backs down from a challenge and shines in the most important moments. Sound familiar? It's very similar to what we saw with Mike Sainristil before last year's draft. What do I like most about Riley? His explosiveness and instincts. This kid has a natural ability to turn opportunities into interceptions. He moves fluidly, mirrors routes well, and has enough speed to keep up with receivers downfield. He's also brave against the run, though he'll need to gain some muscle mass to withstand the physical rigors of the NFL. Now I ask you, do we really need another cornerback with Latimore, Sainristil, Igbenogany, and Jones already on the team? I say yes, absolutely. Depth at that position is never enough, especially when facing receivers of the caliber of a Jay Brown and Terry McLaurin in practice. This draft is packed with talent in multiple positions, and Peters will surely be looking to trade back from his first or second round picks to gain more capital. But regardless of how everything unfolds, Riley represents a perfect option for day 3, especially in the 4th round. Is Marshon Latimore really worth the $8 million we're paying him? An NFL analyst just sparked a heated debate with a scathing evaluation of our star cornerback. And as much as it hurts to admit, some of his points aren't too far. From the truth, Brad Gagnon from Bleacher Report has been relentless. He claims that Latimore is grotesquely overpaid and that his best days are behind him. He also expressed serious doubts about whether the defensive back can ever be the dominant player he once was. Is this fair after just seeing him in a few games with Washington? I don't think so, and here's why this criticism is premature. Latimore came to Washington with a hamstring injury that never fully healed. Despite this, his competitive nature led him to play when many others would have preferred to sit out. He had 2 exceptional performances, but struggled to find consistency. He was never fully healthy and lost his composure when things weren't going well, especially against the Jay Brown of the Eagles. Now, I ask you, should we judge a player by their performance when they are clearly physically limited? I say it would be a huge mistake. What we need is to give Latimore adequate time to recover and a full preseason with the team. The Commanders need to do their part. Quinn and his coaching staff need to carefully manage Latimore during summer preparations. No one should expect to see him in the preseason. It's about getting him to week 1 in optimal physical condition and keeping him there. Anything else would be organizational negligence. Washington made a huge investment in Latimore, and he will be hearing all the criticism. Channeling this positively and using it as a source of motivation could provide the inspiration. He needs to remind the world why he was once considered one of the most prolific cornerbacks in the league. If Latimore can do this and others in the cornerback room do their part, another bowl playoff run could be very close. Another star receiver from Ohio State. This could become a reality according to analysts who position the Commanders as the ideal destination for Emeka Egbuka. And I completely agree with this projection. Gary Davenport from Bleacher Report firmly believes that the Commanders could target Egbuka in the 2025 NFL Draft. And why not? Ohio State has produced an impressive number of elite receivers in recent years. Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith-Njigba. But none caught more passes than Egbuka during his college career. Washington is clearly in win-now mode after reaching the NFC Championship last year. And the team already has two former Buckeyes at the position, McLaurin and Noah Brown. Egbuka would represent a substantial upgrade in the slot, providing Jaden Daniels with a reliable target over the middle of the field. Now, I ask you, isn't this exactly what Daniels needs to take his game to the next level? I think so, and I'll say more. This pick could be the game changer that takes us to the Super Bowl. With the 29th overall pick, the Commanders are in a perfect position to add another talented receiver to their offensive arsenal. The existing chemistry between the former Buckeyes on our team will greatly facilitate Egbuka's transition to the professional level. Imagine the nightmare it would be for opposing defenses to cover Samuel, McLaurin, and Egbuka simultaneously while Daniels exploits his mobility. This could be the final piece of the offensive puzzle we've been looking for. 3 potential moves that could define the immediate future of our franchise. A cornerback with raw diamond potential, a veteran with something to prove, and a star receiver who could catapult our offense. Does Riley really have the potential to become an undisputed starter in our secondary? Can Latimore silence his critics and return to his all-pro level with a full preseason? Would Egbuka be the final piece to turn the Commanders into legitimate Super Bowl contenders? I want to know your opinion on these 3 possible additions. Which one do you think would have the most immediate impact on our team? Leave it in the comments and let's discuss. If you're as passionate about the Commanders as I am, you can't stay out of this community. We are a family that analyzes, debates, and celebrates every move of the team. Like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any exclusives, and activate notifications to be the first to know about the latest moves of our franchise. And remember, hail to the Redskins.